Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the
Hi.
Glam Girls Empowerment Talk. It's a Christmas season, and usually we everybody want to talk about Christmas and why we celebrate Christmas, and we did that last week. Hello from Brazil. Hola from Brazil. Hola from Brazil. Thank you all for
Hi,
joining.
everyone.
Hi. So tonight's topic is overcoming adversity. How to stay strong. How do we stay strong? With me tonight, we have the lovely Latoya.
Hi.
All right. And we are, thank you. So tonight, grab a pen and grab a piece of paper, and we're going to talk for a little while. Um, just for a little bit, I'm going to invite some friends over to hang out with us on Facebook and
Share. Invite people.
discuss how we can better. Hey, Tabitha, how we can be strong for 2019, because 2018 is like almost
done.
over.
Yeah, just have a few days to
Just
go.
a few days to go after Christmas. Poof, it's gone. So we're gonna be prepping you for 2019. That's what we're doing tonight. Overcoming adversity. And you look like me, don't know my Bible. Hi, Enzima. Hi, Pastor Birmingham. Go ahead, Latoya. You can start.
Okay. So each of us at some point in time, and our what it said, like when I did some research, is that almost half the population, and this is not just the US, just all over, almost half the population at some point in time goes through depression. So it's not it doesn't have to be on a continuous basis,
Right.
but at some point in time we get to that low point where we think there is no way out, we can't see beyond what it is that we're doing currently.
Right.
And a lot of the thing is that we don't recognize that depression is real, or
Yes.
mental health is
real.
real, and it affects a lot of us, and especially us Caribbean people moving into like a different country. For example, I can speak for the US because I live here. Is that for people who come here, don't have a family, that stability. I was lucky enough to have that family stability here when I moved here. But for a lot of people coming here, they go through a lot, bouncing from places to place. Now, even if they come with family members, there are times like you come, you do 2 months, let's go, come, move, go, go start life. And, that for some people can be nerve-wracking, just being lost out in basically in the cold. Some of us are, we're in the north. It's cold.
See, in when I look at that as Caribbean, or all over the world, because there's people watching from Africa, from Brazil, from all over the world that's watching us right now, and wherever we go in life, whatever we do, we have challenges.
Oh yeah.
But what we do sometimes is we don't look at them, the issues that we're facing, as challenges. We look at them as disappointments. We get confused. We get discombobulated. We get, like consciously we're saying, why me? Why
Yeah.
did this have to
It's
happen
so
to
funny
me?
you said that. Why not you?
Exactly.
When adversities come, or when a hard time come, like, why not you? When it comes for you, why not you? You're saying, why me? It's just your time. It's
your
just
season.
it's just your season to go through all these adversities. And once you can recognize what it is, then that's how you can start thinking. Because the issue is that we get depressed based on what we consistently think. What we consistently think is what drives us into depression. And a lot of people is not aware that your thoughts, that's why there's a law of attraction. Where I listen to these motivational videos every morning, and it's like, what you think, what you take in every day is definitely what you get out of life.
I was listening to TD Jakes and he said something so profound. He said, whatever you think is what manifests.
Oh, yes.
And whenever that manifestation takes place, right? Whatever you create in your mind, it manifests in the earth. And when it starts to manifest, guess what? You start to get confused, but not realizing that
you're the one
who
calling it.
created
Yes,
that
it's created that atmosphere for yourself.
For yourself.
So now you
your
start
friends,
blaming
your
the
family.
outer world,
There
saying
you
that,
go.
oh, the world and society this and society that, and this is not, you know, it's what our thoughts are. And so the first thing to depression is really, you know, be mindful of what your thoughts are. You know, be very mindful, because if you get up every day thinking that things aren't going to be right, it's not going right, it's never going to be right, you know what's going to happen? It's just really
not going to be right.
It's not going to work for you.
No, that's why I, you know, one of the things while I was going through this topic tonight is I look at turn your adversity into opportunities.
Amen.
So you get lemon, make lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that. And I know plenty of people that are in business have done that. Because one of the things I find out that when we go through adversity, we get into not only depression, but we also allow our surroundings to be affected. So our children are affected, our business is affected, our church, our friendships, everything is affected.
You know what it is that we're so lost in our thoughts and in ourselves and in what we're going through that we don't see that our actions or gestures, you know, it's pushing off on other people. You don't see, you like your child does something and it's not that bad, but you lash out so badly that it creates such a negative environment for your child, for yourself. And then you go to work and then someone might just say something, not really trying to, you know, it's a bad way or form, you know, but because you're so lost in thoughts and with all this negativity in your head, you think like, oh, they're out for me. And it's really not the case.
Because no matter where you're at in life or in family or wherever, no matter where you're at in your situation, in your circumstances, you're not the only person that's going through something. The next person next to you, across the decks from you, is going through worse than you're going through.
We all are going through something. Even the richest of the richest is going through
how
something.
You deal with your circumstances while you're transitioning from adversity to opportunity. Somebody just hashtag that for me. Turn your adversities into opportunities, right? So don't be despondent and become despair about what's going on. Can you bring that down? There you go. You know, hey Roslyn, you know, don't become despair, because you see what happens is you allow your circumstances to become your motivation.
Right.
When your motivation should be the ultimate reason why you get up every day. See, your dream is what gets you up every single day. Your vision is what wakes you up the day. The fact that, okay, I have a 9 to 5. Okay, good. But what's the next option if they lay you off of work? What's the next option if you lose your house? What's the next option? What's the next game plan? We'll be talking about that next week, setting your goal and taking action steps for 2019, right? So adversities are, you know, misfortunes, disasters, things that we all experience in our lives. But how are we handling those? Are you having faith? The main thing, are you having faith that this situation that I have going on, that is happening in my life tonight, I'm going to change it by changing my mindset, how I think of my life, how I think of the people, the persons around me. How do I think of me getting to the next level?
And you know what we need to remember is that no matter how hard it gets, you know, we can't stay down.
Nope.
You know, Les Brown, and he's a famous motivational speaker.
That's my pal.
Yeah, he says like, when you're falling, make sure you fall laying on your back. So because if you can look up, you can get up. And that's what we need to remember. If we can look up, we can get up. Because no, he said when you're failing, fail forward.
Mhm.
Because if you can look up, you can get up. And it makes sense, like in every way, shape, or form. It makes sense. Life doesn't end here just because you're going through this trial at this point in time.
Right.
You know, there has been someone before you that went through it, and there will be someone after you that went through it. So whether it be, you know, sickness, health, job, you know, whatever your circumstances, you need to understand that your mind, your thoughts is what will get you out of that situation, whatever it is.
And that's why Nelson Mandela said that if you can look to the sun and keep stepping, you will always go forward. Because the sun is always shining bright, right? And it's always moving because the earth rotates. So the sun is always moving. So if you can see yourself as the sun in the midst of every adversity, every disaster, every misfortune in your life, you can be bright, be the light in someone else's life, you know, and tell yourself that this situation that I'm in, it's temporal.
It's temporary.
Nothing lasts forever, only the salvation. That's all that lasts forever. Everything else is what they call little bit of trial. That's what grandma used to say. It's just a little bitty trial. You know, it's a little bitty test. It's just a little bit of dregs, you know, meaning it's just a little bit of pressure. And in order for, if you ever notice, a lot of people love to use olive oil, right?
Right.
But how do we get olive oil?
Tell me, I don't know.
You gotta pick the olives from the tree, right? Hi, David. You gotta pick the olives from the tree, right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And you gotta press those olives. And in crushing the olives, it takes a long time to press and process. In order for you to get a diamond, you got to first go to the mine and start digging and digging and digging those riverbeds. Go through the mud, put your foot down in the mud. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're stuck in that mud. It's the same thing with the adversity, right? You feel stuck in that mud, like, you know, when rain fall at Jamaica and the rain wet up the place and it muddy and your foot just stuck in the mud because you carry water upon your head. And you say, oh, me go reach across the street with the water on my head.
One step at a time. As long as you don't stop.
Exactly.
It's a process. It's
a
one
process.
step at a time. 1 foot in front of the other. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. And then at some point in time, you're going to get out of it. You're going to get out of it. You know, one of the things, though, is that with depression, you know, we as Caribbean people don't recognize that it's real, and I can definitely speak for Jamaica.
We do not recognize it. Look at the beautiful lawyer that was killed in Jamaica from Immaculate by her husband.
And he's mental.
And he has mental illness. Yes. It is a reality. And the pressures of life causes us to have that, you know, the pressures of life. And we come to this country and we forget where we're coming from. Amen. That we're supposed to read this little book right here. Oh, no, me talk the things them. For those that are listening from around the world.
The thing is that, you know, we don't recognize that depression is real and are just the mental health is real. We just like for the label people as mad. Mad. You know, I'm mad man. Him head no good. You know, all these new slangs and everything. Mad sick head no good. I know that's an old one, but you know, but we don't recognize that it's real. So a lot of people don't. When something happens to an individual, instead of we like really think about it
and
or
support
yes, definitely provide that support or recommend them to a therapist. What we do is we just it's just a phase, it will blow off, you know.
Sometimes it doesn't blow off, sometimes it goes on for months, and you have a thing called silent depression.
Oh yeah,
you can be depressed. Hi Shauna, I know she's not feeling the fact that she's not here tonight, but we do miss you.
Yeah,
hi cousin from England. I Uncle Figure. Okay. So you want to look at the fact that internally your mindset, because your mind determines how you look, feel, and operate. Your mind, right? So if you can empower your mind to win, to live healthy, right? A healthy lifestyle. Like shout outs to Marlene. Marlene gets up every single day, right? and she goes to the gym. Whether she's alone, whether someone is with her, she's there. She's a nurse and she works 12 to 14 hours, but she finds that time to motivate herself to go to the gym every single day. And for me, I look at it and I said, you know what? I need to get myself up and go to the gym. Not that I need to, but it's because I must in order to live a longer and better life. You understand me? It's a healthy living inside and out in order for you to live longer and have a right mind and don't get dementia early. You need to exercise, because remember, we live in a cold place. Some of us live in a semi-cold. We're in between, so we don't get to sweat.
Right.
And me personally, I believe the reason why some of us act insipid, and I heard somebody say we act economical. Okay? The reason why we behave like that is because we don't sweat. And don't steal the word economical. Okay?
New word.
Because we behave as if we don't know better, right?
You know what it is? Let me tell you what it is. You know how we go to school, we're taught go to school, get a good education, get a good grades, get a good job, go to college, all of that. But no one teaches how to stay in a state of happiness. We don't know how to stay in a state of like that. Where is that taught? Where is it really
It's
taught?
never taught.
It's not taught.
That is like, why
how do we stay?
Will Smith did the movie The Pursuit of Happiness.
Exactly.
Because nobody don't teach us that.
Nobody teaches us. Like there's no entity that like really teaches just stay in that state of happiness. Loving you and loving you first internally. So when I don't have my kids around me, when I don't have my job, when I don't have a house, if there's happiness inside here, then there's so much you can give to the world. There's so much things you can attract to you without even thinking of it.
Those that are online talk back to us.
People will see you and just say, you know what? There is just something about you that just drives me to you. I don't know what it is.
I have a client like that. But you know what? I know she's going to watch this in the morning. She lives abroad, and she spoke to me. She said, Camille, I am happy at work, but when I go home and I close my door, I'm silently depressed from the pains of the past. And I said, no, you can't have the two. You can't have
because
sugar, water, and sour lime.
When she comes home, what that does is eat all that happiness away from her at work. And I have experienced that when I'm away from home, that there's this constant state of happiness. Thank God I have a fun job. Well, I think it's fun. Maybe too much fun, but hey, I think it's fun. But at some point in time, in the past, that I'll come home and I feel like I don't want to be here. Like, you're at work and you're like, oh, I want to go home. But then I get home, it's like, I really thought I don't want to be here type of situation. But you can't have both. Like,
you can't have both.
It will happen. It will happen because it is life. But we cannot allow our negative thoughts to constantly eat away of our happiness. I have a friend that said to me, like, she said to me once that, look how much things God bless you with. Mm-hmm. Look how much things you have. Like, look how much things you have attained. And that's material things, right? Mm-hmm. And how much God has blessed you with all these. And, I have a wonderful child. And then you're going to make one situation
distract
all of that on purpose. Just constantly distract you from that.
Because you see, the thing is, we forget the purpose in which we were created.
Oh, yeah.
And the purpose in which we were created is to live a creative lifestyle. See, the Creator created us for us to be creative, but we miss that creativity and we get, sidetracked, bombarded by the cares of the world. Yes. And tonight I'm going to share with you guys 5 things that you can use to overcome adversity. So if you have a pen Hi, Cece. If you have a pen and a piece of paper, you can write them down, or we will be texting them on the program tonight. Please share this video across the world. We will
Share it.
appreciate
it.
Instagram, you guys are. Thank you, cheers. 5 ways to overcome adversity. Have the right mindset. Your thoughts are essential. They frame the triumphs or tragedies of your life.
Just how we started. Your
Right?
thoughts.
Your thoughts. So if you have the right mindset, you can frame out how your day is going to be. You can frame out. I was listening to Richard Branson, one of the world's best market guru. And when I listened to him, he said, you know what? I was just in my living room. I got tired of staying at my mom, hello, good night, at my mom's house. And I just wanted better for myself. And he just started to surf the internet to look how he can create a stream of income. He's one of the best network marketers that ever walked the face of the earth. You know what I mean? And that's because he just decided in his mind that he was tired, sick and tired. He was tired of going through the same routine over and over. Just like Stormy Wellington, it's the same thing. Les Brown, all of these people, Lisa Nichols, Lisa Nichols was on welfare. Couldn't afford diapers for her son. Single mother. Had to give up everything. I know she's one of the world's best motivational speakers. Well, she called herself a transformational coach.
And go on her YouTube channel.
You understand what I'm saying?
Motivational.
Because what happened is she decided. It's a decision, y'all. It's a decision to take care of your skin. It's a decision to get up every single day and eat properly. It's a decision to have a healthy relationship in your marriage, your friendships, at work. It's a decision to go to the gym and work out. It's a decision to stop living hand to mouth.
You know, it's truly is a decision. I was watching a Facebook Instagram live this morning. This guy is one of them life coaches that teaches women how to be independent and to walk away from broken relationships. And there's this lady that he was doing a live where he invited people to ask him questions, and this lady asked him, like, how do you get away from someone that you've given so much to and they keep hurting you over and over again? And he's like, have you not been listening to me? He's like, it's just your decision. That's all it is. It's just a decision, and you sticking to the decision, because it's not just about the decision, it's you acting upon your decision. And he's like, it's just as simple as this. He just said, okay, I've had enough, and he just walked out, closed the door. He's like, that's it. That's all it is. It's just a decision, and you sticking to your decision as to that you want better for your life, that you are going to rise above all your adversities. It doesn't stop here. Life doesn't stop here. As long as you're living, breathing, walking, and talking, there's so many people in this world right now that cannot move. They can't do anything. They
can't breathe. They get even oxygen.
They can't do something. And for the fact that you are an able-bodied individual
that can make the right decision cognitively.
Exactly. I love watching videos where you see people with disability that they're just going above and beyond. There's this lady, no hands, that she's driving. How is that even possible? But she is doing it because she decided that she wasn't going to be limited.
This is where it comes in. When I made my post today on Instagram, do not be limited by your thoughts.
And not only that,
become limitless.
And not only that, because the next thing too is that there is this fear to move forward, and I can honestly say that affects me. Like, there's this fear of success and this fear of failure.
That's my next point. The next one is stop making excuses. Excuses are the lies we tell ourselves when we are afraid of the future.
Exactly.
But you know what it is? We're like doubting Thomas, right? So if we cannot touch, to say this is her hand and I can touch it, we're fearful of the unknown. And that's why a lot of us become limited right here. So we are not successful in whatever we do. Trust me, I am a living witness. You understand what I'm saying? So we become so limited by
Limited in
our
our
thoughts that we don't get to the next level.
and we don't act upon what our thoughts are. Because remember a few months ago I called you and was talking to you like, you know, I have this feeling like I wanted to do like a talk show, like, or no, it wasn't a talk show. It was just like
YouTube.
to get a group of women
together
to just talk about issues that we all, because what I recognize is that
every day my phone rings.
We all go through the same thing at some point in our lives, and it's not just women; it's men too. We all go through the same thing in our lives.
Let me tell you all something. Did you all know that 80% of the men go through more abuse and more stress related issues than women? That's like a different topic. Just
totally different. But you know, we just have to recognize that, you know, there's this big fear of failing, and then your fear of failing leads to your fear of success. Like, how do you know it's gonna work out if you never tried it? You never try. You never put in the effort. You never go out to read a book. You never listen to a motivational video. You never did some research.
You never went to an empowerment summit or a networking summit. How do you know? How do you know? Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, and it's so crazy. Like, we don't use books anymore, but books has so much material in there that we just have to just use what we have. And then the internet is so open. It is free. There's so many things. There's so many videos on almost everything. You have a business idea, whatever it is, whether even like sickness, people tell you about like herbal medicine, or whether you want to go through pharmaceutical companies, whatever the case
alternative medication.
There is
because you see, the thing about it is that faith cometh by hearing. And hearing comes by listening to the preacher, right? So this is how I look at it. If you want to learn something and you decide, here we go again, that, you know what, today I'm going to learn how to invest my money into stocks and bonds. Guess what? You see, if you get up and you decide, nothing will stop you. You're unstoppable. You're limitless because you have made that sound, concrete decision. Because when you mix in concrete, you have to add the water, plus you have to put in the energy in order for the concrete to mix properly so you can lay the foundation. And that's the problem with us. We don't want to go through the process.
No, we just want the end result.
We just want the end result. Hey, I'm a living witness. I'm telling you all. I'm preaching to myself.
We preaching to ourselves.
Right? So stop making excuses. Excuses are the lies we tell ourselves when we are afraid of the future. Pastor Birmingham says it's a decision to choose Christ. Preach, ladies, encourage. Good stuff. The woman with the issue of blood made a decision. Fear of failure. Fear of success. Right? And then the third one is to have faith. The fourth one, do not take no for an answer. How many times we do that?
Or even if we get no, definitely do not take no for an answer. I'm babbling, sorry, but my thoughts are going more faster than my mouth is going faster than my thoughts. But no doesn't mean that that's the end.
Right.
It just means you need to find another alternative. That's it.
And the thing is, all it is, we don't want to go back to the books to find the other alternative. We don't want to go back to the adversity, because you see, in the midst of your adversity, you gain tools, strategies on how to move to the success. Because it's in that depression, it's in that loneliness, that fear, that you learn to be successful. Because now you begin to make promises to yourself, you educate yourself, and you say, you know what, you see, the next season of adversity, I will not go through this part of my life, but I will go through another level that's going to push me to the next point.
You know what a lot of people don't really get is that there's a good and there's a bad in every single thing. That's when I pray, I thank God for the good and for the bad, because with the good you can build on it, with the bad you can build on it. It's a learning experience. So when you fail forward again. And with that, today I read something and with this guy. So the girl, she's pretty smart, pretty attractive, and you know, she cooks and she does all these things for him, and he had a problem with it. He's like, you're too smart, you know, and you don't ask me for money, you cook for me, you know, you don't argue with me and all of that. And it's like, when I first like read through it, and it was my friend and I was discussing it. It's like when we first read through it, Janelle and I, you know, we were like, what was that? Bash him and say, you know, you know, him just being a man about it, him not, you know, him workless, why I wouldn't want a girl like that. But then we turn around and I said to her, and I said, you know what? We're looking at that negative aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Look at the positive side. He knows he cannot handle a woman like that. Mm-hmm. He knows he's going to break a woman like that. He knows he cannot offer her anything inside. You know, what he has are the type of female he's looking for. She doesn't fit that caliber. So you know what he did? He's telling her, he broke up with her. He's like, I'm letting you go. I can't deal with you and this smart S-H-I-T. I can't spell. So it's like he's saying that he can't deal with her, and like I turned that around and was like, you know what, that's actually a positive, because then this is one less female, because you know what it is, she decided that she will not settle for anything less than her authentic self. Exactly. And that's where truth comes in, and that's sometimes that's a part of success. You know, success is not defined by money. So when you decide in your mind that you're not going to take no for an answer, that's across the board. No requires, no, I'm not going to settle for any kind of man. I'm going to settle for the man of God that God has designed for me. And that goes male and female, which goes in the sense, in the notion that, okay, this is what my standards are. I believe that you should have the compatibility. You know, I believe that we should be able to go Zumba together. These are things that you require. You understand what I'm saying? So if you decide that in yourself and push yourself to that authenticity, guess what? That man will not push you overboard. He will accept you for who you are. And it's the same thing in business. It's the same thing in family and every area of our lives. Do not, people, listen to me. Don't take no for an answer. If you're buying a house and they tell you that you're not qualified for the loan, don't give up. If you're in business and you feel like you're not going to make it, don't give up. Don't take no for an answer. They tell you they're not going to give you the business loan, don't take no for an answer. Because you see, it's in that moment of you saying no, it's like you say, I'll get laid back in a Latoya. And then you call Latoya and say, Latoya, girl, I don't know what to do. No, you should have made that decision right then and there. You know what to do. No, sir. Tell you what I'm going to do. You see, I'm not qualified for the loan. Okay, what steps do I need to take to get qualified for the loan? Exactly. That's what I was Show me where my weaknesses are. Right. Is it my credit score? Is I don't have enough money in the bank? Is it I don't have enough money in the bank? Too much debt? Too much debt? What is it? Exactly. And then once you get the answer, go back, fix it, and come back to the bank and say, I've worked on it for the past 3 months. I believe I'm ready to get my house. So just don't take no and sit back and say, okay, you know, the banker said no, so me no bother Latoya, me no bother ya man. Yep. And then Latoya now has to chum up this encouragement. She has to begin to chum up this empowerment. She has to begin to chum up the everything, every end thing. Understand? Right? If it make you feel good. And then when she's finished encouraging you now, you go back to, you call Janelle and say, Janelle, girl stress. And you call me, and you call Shauna, you call Pastor Birmingham, and you just calling, and then you get all these opinions that are different but similar, and you're confused, so you don't have a sound mind. I'm preaching to myself. And the last one, let each success energize you. So when you get the house, get excited. You know what? This is the thing about success, though. We all are waiting on that big success. But we need to create smaller goals. Smaller goals lead to those
micro wins.
Yeah, the micro wins. They lead to
The
the macro ones, and we need to learn to celebrate our steps as we go along. You know, a lot of us want to own a home, and we want to get there home. No, how about celebrate you saving
the money,
paying off that debt. You know, going to the creditor and say, hey, I'm looking to, and they say, okay, you are approved, give you that approval. Celebrate those small wins, because it is in those small wins that you get to your macro wins. Like
success.
A lot of people don't celebrate themselves, and for a while I didn't do that. Like, you need to celebrate yourself. Yeah, me.
Stop lie.
I'm serious. But a lot of us don't celebrate those small wins as we go along. We need to get up every morning. We need to be like, write down what is it that you're thankful for. You know, create small goals. Like, just get up and say, thank you, Lord.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing.
Listen.
Thank you, Lord, for the breath I breathe.
Have you ever had strep throat?
Yeah, we talked about this
2 weeks
ago.
I get it. No, seriously. No, I'm going to talk about it, because when you can't swallow,
it's the
when
hardest.
you have strep throat, like, you appreciate your saliva, you appreciate the works of your body, your organs. It's like you need to celebrate the smaller stuff as we go along.
Right. So on my Instagram, Canva said, no is never an opinion. No is never an opinion. And then he said, goals are long-term and small goals are for your to-do list. That's a good point. Your small goals are for your to-do list. And over here on Facebook, Wanda said, faith is the substance. The substance, the substance is the energy. So whatever you feed, whatever substance you intake, that's the energy you're going to give out.
Exactly.
And a lot of us, if you intake negativity, you're going to give it.
You're going to give it out.
You're going to give it out.
And you know what? I was as a 6th point. We need to surround ourselves with love and positivity, and that's about like the people or crowd that we have around us. Like, that needs to be a point, because no matter what we do in life, at some point in time, we are interacting. You know, we're interacting every single day. So you need to be mindful of who your crowd is. And this is something that we've been repeating, like in almost all of our videos. You need to be mindful of what your crowd, of the type of people you have around you.
That's the telling all your business.
What?
Oh gosh. Sorry, that's an inside joke, you guys. Showing courage on your face after a misfortune is very, very important as well. After you had a disaster, to show courage. You know, who was it in the Bible that, they told Joshua, I think it was Moses talking to Joshua, and he said, be strong and be courageous, right? Because the enemy you see today, you won't see them no more. Understand? Because faith pushes you. That substance moves you, and it gives you hope for tomorrow. It gives you hope for the future.
So you have to allow it, though.
You have to accept where you're at. Like some people say, you close down the salon, you're not depressed. I said, no, darling. Because when I had the salon, the things that I'm doing now, I was not able to do it. The lives that I'm touching now, I mean, y'all see, but still, there's so much more to do around the world than just being in one place. And sometimes God allows us to be in one position to prepare us for the next position. So every adversity is for your good.
But it doesn't mean that you should stay in your comfort zone. Nothing comes from a place of comfort, and I live by that every single day. Nothing comes from a place of comfort. 2 things is sure in life: debt and change.
Mhm.
So you have to be changing with the times. You can expect that things are going to change for you if you're not willing to open yourself to it. So nothing, again, remember I said this, nothing comes from a place of comfort.
Because every accomplishment in life came, you can ask the richest people on the face of the earth, when and how did they get to the place where they are at? And they will tell you, I was at a point where, I was at a point where, I was at a point where. So we
Like a
all was
broken
at
record,
a point
we
where.
all was at a point
So
where.
tonight, I want to encourage those that are listening around the world that no matter what your adversity is tonight, remember this passage of scripture. James chapter 1 and verse 12 says, Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. You understand me? And your loving God is loving your brother that you see every single day. Having an act and doing an act of kindness, having a sincere heart, treating people with love and respect, right? That's the God in you. Hello. You understand me? So we're just sharing with you all tonight as to how to overcome adversities. We went over 10 minutes, but the topic is so juicy.
It's so good. But
Right?
this we're using to run into,
Next week is going to be
our
juicy.
next topic. And it should be fun. And we're looking forward to 2019, God's will. And we want to talk about, setting goals going forward for 2019. And it's attainable goals. Attainable goals. And if you're not serious about it, don't set those goals.
Don't create a vision board if you're not going to carry out the vision. You know, everything that I had on my vision board for 2018, I accomplished.
Amen, girl.
Every single thing.
Amen.
And so for 2019, I'll be working on my vision board, right? And while I'm working on my vision board, I'm making sure that I can attain those
We
goals.
should work on a vision board for the next one. At least start it.
You didn't start a vision board yet?
No.
Wait.
I'm late.
Please, people, go and get your paper, what they call it, your cartridge paper.
Dollar store,
and your magazines, and get ready to write your vision and make it plain. So tonight, remember, turn your adversities into opportunities. Right? Remember that from tonight. Ooh, I like that topic. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. Canvas says, we are the real Jews. I am going to leave that right there. So remember again, James chapter 1 and verse 12, Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. So there is a reward. Shalom. There is a reward for you. Okay? Whether you're Muslim, Jew, or Gentile. You guys have a wonderful night, and remember to live with passion. Please like and share our video.
Like and share. We appreciate it.
Let's see.
Thanks everyone for
Pastor
tuning in.
Birmingham says,
Hi.
Shauna just finished. Okay.
It was fun. It was a good topic. If you're just logging on, watch the repeat. We will be posting it to our Facebook Live, to the group, sharing it, and also share
and
we
like, share
appreciate
this
it.
video. So we have Brian from St. Kitts. Hey, Brian. For those that are watching in Uganda, you won't see it until tomorrow, but I appreciate you. My sister Joanna, thank you so much. I know you will be here next year. My friend Vida in Europe, thank you so much. My friend Nemo, that's sharing it in Ghana, I appreciate it. And we look forward to doing more topics like this, overcoming adversities.
Have yourself a good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.